Okay, so are you ready to dive deep into the evolution of the bicycle?
I am absolutely ready.
Because you've given us a fascinating timeline. And I think we're going to have some real aha moments as we go through it.
Yeah.
Um, so 10 milestones.
10 milestones, yeah.
We're going to buckle up and go for a ride through bicycle history.
All right.
So we're going to start in 1817 before pedals even existed.
Wow.
The running
Yeah.
machine. Can you imagine?
I can. And in fact, there's a picture in one of the articles that you sent me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it shows the guy kind of.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's kind of perched up on this thing. Looks very precarious.
Like a treadmill desk, but without the...
Right, exactly. But without any stability, really.
Yeah, I mean, no stability. So this is Carl Drace,
Right, Cardray.
who came up with this Draisine or Lauf machine. I mean, is that how you say it?
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but that's how I would pronounce it, Lauf machine.
Okay, I like it. I like it. That's awesome. So then we go to the 1860s, and we're going to get pedals, but they're on the front wheel with the velocipede.
That's right.
And why was it called the Bone Shaker?
Because it sheds your bones.
I mean, think about this. So wooden frame iron tires, no suspension.
No suspension whatsoever.
So you're basically riding over cobblestones everywhere you go.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, so not a smooth ride at all. But so then we get to something so iconic, the penny farthing,
Yeah.
the high wheel bicycle from the 1870s. And so why the giant front wheel? I mean, I can't imagine that was for stability.
Well, it was sort of for stability in that if you have a really large wheel, any kind of bumps that you go over, it's going to roll over them much easier than a small wheel will. But the other reason for the large front wheel is so that you can go faster.
Okay, so physics.
Yeah, physics. The
Yeah.
larger the wheel, the further you travel with each rotation, so you can go a lot faster.
Got it.
But the problem is, of course, the center of gravity is very high. So it was very easy to go head over heels on this bicycle.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Especially back then
Yeah.
when the roads weren't paved.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining top hats flying everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So speaking of safety, though, that brings us to the 1885 safety bicycle,
Yeah.
which I think really was a game changer.
Yeah, and this was largely designed by a guy named John Kemp Starley. And basically what he did is he brought the wheels back to equal size.
Okay.
And he added a chain drive. So instead of the pedals being attached directly to the front wheel, the pedals were attached to a chain, which drove the back wheel.
Got it.
And so this made it a lot more stable and easier to ride. And so the safety bicycle is really what changed everything in terms of making a bicycle a practical form of transportation.
Yeah, and think about the impact.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it led to more people on bikes. It led to better roads, a boom in bicycle manufacturing. I mean, even women's fashion changed
That's right.
because women wanted to ride.
Yeah.
And so they got rid of these cumbersome dresses for bloomers. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was a huge change. And, this is something that we don't really think about today because it's just bicycles have been around forever.
Right.
But this was a really monumental invention. And, the safety bicycle was kind of the end result of that.
It's kind of crazy that we haven't really changed that much from
Well, we've changed.
that design
We have.
in the 100 and whatever years.
Yeah.
So let's see. So then just a few years later, 1888, we get another game changer, and that's pneumatic tires,
Yeah.
thanks to John Boyd Dunlop.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, think about going back to solid rubber tires now
Mm.
after you've experienced the cushion of,
Well, it's kind of like the bone shaker all over again.
ouch. Okay. So then in the early 20th century, we see a divergence in bicycle development.
That's right.
And on the one hand, we have these roadsters and utility bikes,
Yeah.
which were kind of the workhorses built for everyday transportation.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you've got these lightweight racing bikes that are emerging, which are pushing the boundaries of speed
Yeah.
and performance.
Exactly. And you start to see the evolution of materials, too.
Yeah.
So moving from heavy steel to lighter alloys like aluminum, this made the bikes faster, more agile, easier to handle.
Can I hold on tight? Because
Yeah.
now we're hitting the 1970s and 80s with BMX.
Yeah.
And mountain bikes.
Yeah,
And this is when things get really extreme.
that's right. So BMX bikes, small, sturdy, built for tricks and jumps, became a huge cultural phenomenon.
It really did.
Yeah. And, it was a whole new style of riding.
Yeah.
And it was all about pushing limits and expressing yourself.
So then we get the mountain bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about conquering rough terrain with knobby tires.
Oh, and knobby tires. And also the introduction of suspension.
Yeah. Suspension.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, that was a big change for bicycles.
All right.
And because it allowed people to go places they couldn't go before,
Yeah.
so you could really go off-road
Yeah.
and not have to worry about every little bump and rock.
Yeah. So then in the 1990s and 2000s, we saw the rise of these hybrid and touring bikes.
Yeah.
I think of that as kind of the best of both worlds approach.
Exactly. So hybrid bikes combine the comfort of a mountain bike with the efficiency of a road bike. And they became very popular for commuting or just casual riding.
Yep.
And then touring bikes were designed for longer distance journeys, equipped to carry gear and handle a variety of terrain.
Okay, so now we arrive in the modern era
Yeah.
with e-bikes and smart bikes.
Yes.
I mean, technology has really taken the reins here.
It certainly has. So now we have electric motors that can provide assistance,
Yeah?
which makes cycling more accessible for people. And it also opens up longer distances.
Right.
And then with things like GPS connectivity and the use of advanced materials like carbon fiber, bikes are becoming more and more integrated into our digital lives.
That's amazing. So we've gone from pushing with our feet to having electric motors.
I know, it's pretty remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Hmm.
From simple machines to high-tech marvels. It really makes you wonder, though, what are the next 100 years going to bring?
Yeah, I mean, are we going to have self-driving bikes? Flying bikes? I mean, who knows?
Maybe bikes that make coffee while you ride.
That would be great.
I would like that. Well, this has been an incredible journey. Through bicycle history, it's clear that the bicycle is more than just a machine. It's a reflection of human ingenuity and our constant desire to push boundaries. So what are your thoughts on the future of the bicycle? I mean, share your ideas. And until next time, happy riding.
Happy riding.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.